everyone, and welcome back to High Button Sports here as we get set for action for the Bedford AAA team here, U13, as they make their return to the BMO Center. And we get set for a game against Cape Breton West. So first home game in a couple weeks here for this Bedford squad, and we'll get right into it as that puck's worked up the right side. Plenty to talk about with this Bedford team as that puck gets worked into the middle, worked over to the left. Van Polge picks that up in the bottom left corner. Dropped in behind, and now up to the half wall, back to the line now. Land's gonna take a big slap shot. That's gonna come out the side and start trickling around, and they're gonna take a few whacks at that on the left side of the net. It'll get worked in behind. Mood working it in tight behind the net there. That puck gets flicked up there by Cape Breton now, and they're gonna work it up down the left side. Big shot on there, and it'll get pushed into the right corner and out down the left side, looking for a lane up the middle. That'll bounce off a shin pad and now drop down over to the right and along the half wall, and Burke is there to pick up that puck. Burke tries to play that to the middle. It gets knocked away, but McLean's going to grab it. McLean goes down. No arm up by the referee, but Bedford's going to bring it in regardless into the skates on the left side, and it gets steered away. Played down low, trying to work that out. McLean's going to pick up on that again, try to cut to the middle. Puck's knocked away as he's got 3 Cape Breton players on him. Back to Gillis. Gillis going to retreat and then flick that over to the right side. Chased after there, deep in the zone. Hakala, play that over. That one knocked away to the middle, and McLean's going to turn on the Jets. Once again, looking for a lane. He'll shoot that, and it'll be a quick stop there by the goaltender as he gets the pad down. We have our first whistle 2 minutes into this game. So Bedford, like I said, first home game in a while here as they spent last weekend in a tournament, and they actually ended up losing in the semifinals. So undefeated in the regular season here in the provincial league, but have now lost in Fredericton and last weekend. So maybe looking to get that monkey off their back there as they went on to play Pictou, a tough team in this league that ended up beating Bedford in a game a few weeks ago with their first tournament loss I was mentioning. So Pictou went on to lose to the team Bedford lost to in that tournament last weekend there. So kind of a bit of a top of the league type situation there with all around Atlantic Canada. The teams getting familiar with each other after a few months into this season, and Bedford clearly near the top, but still they did win the Jordan Boyd, but looking for their second tournament win as that puck gets worked in off the left side. Trying to get that out of the zone. Hopkins is going to pinch in. It'll be covered by O'Leary. O'Leary's then going to cut to the middle. O'Leary named player of the game in that losing semifinal effort last week. So O'Leary really coming into his own as a player as this season goes on. Brewer going to work that down the left side. Brewer stopped up there, and Duffy's going to work that down along the boards, and it'll bounce out in behind the net there. They try to grab that and work it up the right side. Good pinch in there. Hopkins pushing that puck down in the zone. Cutting it to the middle and looking for a couple moves. There's Mood. It'll get worked in behind the net. Van Polge works it back to Mood. Mood looking for the man in front, Surrett, as he went down on one knee. Couldn't get full contact, and now Cape Breton will work it back the other way, but lots of pressure there as that puck gets dumped in. Picked up in behind the net there, and Bedford's going to work it out through the middle. Looking for a lane. McPhee bringing it in. McPhee stepping to the right side. McPhee, one of the best defenders on this Bedford team, and by proxy, one of the best defenders in the league. We've seen a lot of power shots from him from the blue line and some good offensive plays, and just a good IQ from him so far this season. And he looks to keep up his strong year, as looks like we're going to have a head contact call here. And it might be coincidentals as Surrett looks to head to the box. And it will be coincidentals there, so getting into it in front of the net there. The ref says none of that today, as we'll head back to the middle here and back to 5-on-5. 11:24 to go in the first period, and we're just kind of getting our feet under us in this game here. Like I said, Bedford may be out for a bit of a vengeance As that one gets worked in, as the Cape Breton team only one win on the year so far this year, so a win today would obviously be massive as the first team to beat this Bedford team. If it does happen, we don't know. That'll be a big accomplishment in the regular season. Right now, Bedford hasn't even really been in trouble yet. They've won each of their games by at least 3 goals, and that goes up to 14 goals. So each game has been won by a margin of 3 to 14, as they're going to leave that puck out there. Gallagher Temple, nice glove, and then just leaves it off as that one gets worked in down the right side. Looking for a shot in there, and that'll be steered aside by Gallagher Temple. Up the right side now. Looking for a lane. That one gets caught up in the skates and will be stopped up, but it'll be dropped to the Bedford player. Looking for it off the left side. That'll catch a shin pad. In behind the net there. Puck bouncing around. Gonna work over to the right side. Sent down in behind the net. McLean's gonna stop up on that puck. McLean working in there, and now he's working in tight. Looking at a shot there, and that'll be worked over to the right side. Back right corner there now. Hackala fighting for it as well. McLean playing a little further out in the middle, maybe waiting for that pass to come out so he could take a shot that had him as the leading scorer in the tournament last weekend. One of the best shots in the league there, Hunter McLean. Over to the right, and that'll be sent over on the boards and caught up in the skates as that'll be flicked out by Burke. Picked up on the back end and looking for a lane. That one knocked aside, and now entering there's Brian. Brian's going to work that over to the right side looking for O'Brien. O'Brien has that into his skates. The trailing man there, Brewer, good job of pushing that puck to the net, but not much of a rebound. Over to the wall. Just kept in the zone there by Hopkins. That puck frees out to O'Leary. O'Leary looking for the pass over to the left side. Good pass, but gets over to Duffy, who's on his backhand, and he'll just have to send that back in once again. And that'll clear outside the zone there. Hopkins now with it. Hopkins over to Duffy. Duffy picks that up in the middle and works that over to the left side. Up to the zone now, O'Leary. O'Leary dropping that puck off with a perfect pass over, and that drops by O'Brien as he tries to shoot that by the pad there on the right side. It just goes wide. Into the back right corner. They're looking for a lane out, and that'll hit the stick. Then it'll be sent on in and steered aside. Duffy now grabbing it. Duffy back to O'Leary. That one's sent in, and entering the zone here, Cape Breton looking for an odd man rush. Their first push of the game as they took a shot in. That one high over the left side. A nice hard shot from the middle there. Bedford team then pushes that puck into the right side, but it'll free loose down the left. O'Leary trying to grab a hold of that, but it'll fall in behind. Played up the wall there. Mood finds O'Leary. They got Van Polgeest on the left side as that pass misses. He'll hustle after that though and chip it ahead. Worked in around the boards there as the wraparound goes, and caught up to on the right side. Looking for the lane in front. That'll catch a skate. Drop back in the zone there. Burke wrapping back around. Burke tries to play out in front. It gets knocked away. On the right side. Coming into the zone and flicked on down. McPhee gonna have that bounce off a shin pad. Exiting the zone now, McPhee. McPhee up the middle, winding up for a big slap shot. That misses top left. Coming down to the zone there, McLean covering on D, and he'll create the turnover. Hackala gets a touch on it, and then it'll be back to McPhee. McPhee sends a hard pass that'll go the length of the ice there. So 7:31 to go in the first period here. We'll head back into the offensive end and await the whistle as we'll look to pick up here once again. Burke with it. That one back, and that'll split the D, and it'll be a hard hustle for that puck. Turning back in the zone now. Hackala pressuring. Cape Breton stopping up, and a couple good moves there, and they work that to the middle, onto the stick. Down the right side now, looking for a lane to the net. He's going to be pushed off to the right there by Gillis. Then back to McLean. McLean's going to find him on the right side. Exiting the zone, swiped on. McLean now a little play between the legs, and he'll work that over to the right side, looking for a shot, and misses off the left side. Good offensive push there by McLean as that one drops back in the zone now for Gillis. Gillis works that over to Hackala. Hackala grabs that on the right side, puts it in the skates, but he'll get his own rebound there and try to work that to McLean. It'll be stopped up and Bedford will go for a change, and Cape Breton looking for an opportunity off the right side. Cutting to the net there, that one knocked off. Robertson getting in on the action. Puck's low in the zone. Worked over to the right side, gets tipping around in front, puck's loose, and then it gets worked over to the right wall. Looking for a lane to the middle. Brewer has that bounce off. Left side, O'Leary trying to work it in. O'Leary holds. Back in the zone there, that's gonna wrap around the end boards. 6 minutes to go here in the first period. We haven't had a penalty yet in this one. We had the coincidentals, but no power plays. In behind there. Duffy grabs. Duffy with a hard pass up the middle and a big collision in the middle of the ice, and that puck will fly all the way into the Cape Breton bench. And we'll have another whistle on the play with 5:45 to go in the first period. Not much of a rhythm yet to this game here so far. Kind of just back and forth. No one's been able to set up, and there haven't been any real 5-alarm chances. As that one gets cut to the right side, trying to work that in front and steered aside by Duffy. So he goes down to one knee. Good defensive play there. Wrapping around the boards there as Hopkins has that go through the legs. Mood trying to play that back behind, but gets worked to front. Cape Breton with a big chance for a shot. Gallagher Temple steers it aside as that was their best look of the game so far for Cape Breton. Duffy grabs that puck now, and he'll look for an opportunity. Plays that into the middle, and they're going to exit the zone. Cutting to the right side, he'll get pushed off and out of shooting range. Big fight there in the back right corner there. 2 Bedford players, 3 Cape Breton, who will come out with it as they fight away for that one. Surratt grabs. Down in the zone off a skate. Look for a lane back out to the middle. That one finds him, and it'll be 1-on-2 here for Cape Breton as they try to work that one in and steered aside lightly by Gallagher Temple. Exiting the zone now, trying to get that puck up. They get it to Van Polgeest. Van Polgeest, the left winger, plays that to the middle into the skates, trying to work that on net as Surratt, but it'll be steered aside. 4:21 to go here in the first. Still a 0-0 game. Worked over to Land. Land picks up on that puck, finds it in the middle, and Burke's going to work that up the left side. Burke looking for a lane. He'll shoot that in. It'll bounce off the side of the mesh there. Back around the other way. Stopped up there as gets it kind of caught up in his skates. Burke now cutting towards the net. Burke has an open lane. Looking for the shot. That puck loose in front. It's going to be steered aside. But still gets caught up as McLean gets a stick on it and frees it up. Now cutting to the middle. Burke shoots, scores, finds a hole there, puts it in the back of the net, and a turnover created by McLean is capitalized on by Burke, and that'll be our first goal of the game. It'll be 1-0 Bedford. Fine job there to not give up on the puck in the middle of the ice there as it looked like it was going back the other way for another clear. But that big reach of McLean along with sticking with the puck freed it up and left Burke to just swoop in on that and work it in off the left side. That puck's worked up the boards there. It'll be hustled back on in the zone there by Gillis. Gillis is going to grab. Gillis surveys. Gillis up to McLean on the left side, and the defense goes down, so McLean has a bit of a lane. He works that up the middle. Hackala drops that puck in there. Defense just pick up on it. Cape Breton looking to work it back the other way, and Hackala make the defensive play there to kind of just gum up the lane there before they could get the odd man rush the other way. Down the right side, shot in. O'Leary with a hard shot that just misses over the net. Gillis tries to play it in low. McLean's there to fish that puck out once again. McLean shoots off a skate over to the right side. Drop down in the zone there, O'Leary. O'Leary holding that in. It gets worked over to the right side. Bedford steers it on net, and it'll be knocked away. Trying to work that out in front. It gets worked into the skates there as Brewer comes flying into the zone. Now up the left side. O'Leary grabs. Over to the right and tipped down. Picked up there by Hopkins. And Hopkins with a spin around pass off the boards there as Brian will grab that puck and work it in. Brian worked out in front and that puck steered away. Coming up the middle. Worked in down the left side now. Is O'Leary going to enter the zone? He'll pass that off, and just onside, they're going to work that in, but it'll be looked off there. And with 2 minutes to go in the first period, Cape Breton with possession on their own end. Brewer beats his man to the puck there on the right side and works that over to Duffy. So it's Duffy there. Duffy grabs. Worked in along the half wall, back to Hopkins. Hopkins steps in for a shot, that one blocked. Now up the right side they go. Cape Breton look for the lane up the right, and they might beat Hoskins looking for a shot, and a big save by Gallagher Temple with the blocker. Nice save there as he had a lot of net to shoot out on the left side. Gallagher Temple said no, closed it off, and that's a big boy save right there, folks. And another one back the other end with the blocker. Good chances there as Mood then gets worked around in the zone, and that puck gets freed up in front over to the right side. Trying to work that one down. It gets flicked up down the left end. Cape Breton looking for another lane. Cape Breton have had their chances here in this first period. Now that works into the middle, and they're looking to get it away, and it gets knocked off at the last second, and then Gallagher Temple will cover up again. Gallagher Temple showing up here in this first period for Bedford as they lead 1-0. Calm, cool, collected in the net right there now, as he steered aside a couple good ones. Back in the zone there, the arm goes up, and it looks like we'll have our first power play of the game. Is a tripping call there, pretty clear. And Gillis will head to the box there, and it'll be Cape Breton's chance here with 59 seconds left in the first period. One nothing, the score here. Worked in down the left side, picked up along the half wall. Looking for the man in front perhaps, he will, and he just puts that too low. As good chance there. Back to the line, slapped in and steered aside once again as that one was going wide, but it gets worked out in front, flipped up in the zone. Puck still loose there in front, working around on it, and it gets knocked off the left side. This hard slap shot there as Duffy sends it out. 30 seconds to go here in the first period. Wrapping around the net there, and Burke's gonna just take a swipe at it. But it'll be worked out of the zone down the left side. Power play chance here continues with 15 seconds, so they're gonna need to go for a rush for it here if they want to do something before the end of the period. They'll still have a minute of power play time at the start of the second period, as that one's almost turned over to O'Leary down the middle, but that should do enough to at least kill out the clock here with 2 seconds to go here, and that'll take us to the end of the first period. So 1-0 Bedford at the end of one. Pretty even game here so far. Chances at both ends, but Bedford with the lead. Will be back in 30 seconds for the second. All right, and we're back here for the second period after a brief break in the action. It looks like Bedford's maybe getting a word in with the refs down there. Looks like Gallagher Temple's actually just maybe an equipment switch or something as he'll head out there, and we'll get set for the second period here. Gallagher Temple with a sprint to the net, and we're almost ready here for puck drop. Hakala drops that back and worked in down the right side. Picked up on the end wall there. Left side, they play that into the middle, down the right. Puck gets left in behind there. 40 seconds left on the power play they have to work with. Just get chipped up in the middle. Trying to get it out, and that one bounces around. Exiting the zone there, and it'll be covered up but left, and so the play's still alive with 26 seconds, and they work that up the right side. Almost an odd man rush if he was able to field that puck cleanly. But instead, Brian swooping in for it now. Brian in with it down the left side now, looking for a lane to the net. Scores as he slides that one through with the short-handed goal there. As Brian just cuts to the net with a nice one right along the ice and gets that in the back of the net. That'll be 2-0 for Bedford there at the start of the second period, less than a minute in. Brian's a player in my eyes who has the ability to kind of take over a game. We've seen him do it before, where he really turns it on. Solid player all the time, but I do think he's got that ability in him to go out and score 3 and get 1 assist and change the dynamic of a game. And I've seen it before earlier in the season once or twice, and it'd be interesting to see if we see it anymore as this year continues. He got obviously one right there, but he's a solid kid out there and plays smart, has a decent shot, and can skate well. So all those attributes mixed together, he seems like a game changer in my eyes. It's just about if he can unlock that, or how often he does unlock that as that one gets worked up. As Brian picks it up there on the right side. He'll hold on to that and play a nice puck to the middle there. Gillis will shoot. That'll be loose on the left side, and it'll just be out of the reach there of O'Brien, who is in a nice position to try to tuck in a rebound. Sent back around the other way, and it'll be past Gillis. Icing waved off. Over to the left side. Trying to work it out. Hand that puck in. Back of the zone now. That one knocks off the stick there. Surrett, and it'll be down the left side. Puck's in behind. McPhee grabs. That'll bounce and almost get out for an odd man rush there as the delayed offside, and that'll get touched up there, and it'll be off there with 12:36 to go here in the second period. Bedford up 2-0. Back to Duffy. Duffy shoots that. It'll bounce off the shoulder pad there. The forward on Cape Breton. It'll be worked into the back left corner. It'll be Van Polgeest in on that puck, along with Hopkins. Picked up and worked back around the other way, and gotta get rid of that power play marker. My mistake there. Cape Breton not on the power play. It ended about a minute ago. And then that puck will get worked up the zone there. So Mood bringing it in. Mood down the right side. He's looking for a pass out in front. The puck's still loose there, and they're on it, and it gets knocked away. Hopkins grabs, tries to play that down low. Hustle out of the zone now. Up the left side. Looking for a shot on. That one will knock off the glove. Worked in around the right side. Looking to play out front. Big shot, and there scores as Cape Breton wide open in front. Put that one back, and a nice play there as he found himself open in front. It'll be 2-1. And the lead cut to 1 goal. Gallagher Temple couldn't do much about that one as a hard shot coming in on him. It was mano a mano there in front, and the puck just ripped by him. So Cape Breton giving a good run for the money of this Bedford team here, only up 1. And maybe Bedford kind of moving just a little sluggish out there, if I Must say so. They've got a few nice plays here, but haven't really had that offensive domination we were used to seeing from this squad. Hackle is going to work that off the end boards over to Gillis. Gillis picks it up on the left side. Gillis looking for the pass. Out, and they get it on the left side. It'll be a 2-on-1 entering the zone there. He's got Hackle in front. He works it out, tipped away, and just by on the left side. A nice play by Hackle, and they try to get that back to Duffy, but the pass too hard. Robertson's going to pick it up. Robertson works it up the right side, and that'll miss some sticks. Entering the zone there is Burks. Kind of nudged off the puck there, and you can't do that in this league, and that'll be an interference call. It'll be Bedford to the power play. And a chance to regain that 2-goal lead here with 10:57 left to go in the second. First power play of the game here for the Bedford squad. And I just want to thank everyone watching there at home for tuning into our broadcast here on High Button Sports. My name is Jeff Warburton. Proud to be bringing you this action this year, this Bedford AAA team. We've just been crushing the games out this year, and it's been fun to see. And we're about to hit our Christmas break, as that one's directly on. Gallagher Temple plays that well. We've seen that happen before, not so well even at the NHL level. If we look back to my Oilers last year, Mike Smith in the playoffs against Calgary, but we'll just bring that one up and leave it in the past. As those big slappers that bounce around entering the zone can be tough for goalies to handle. That one gets worked in. Temple steers aside over to Gillis, or the infamous Vesatoskala play for all you Leafs fans out there. O'Leary works that in down the left side. Into the middle, looking for a shot there, and they get the shot off, but covered up as Brewer got behind that one. 1:11 left to go here in the power play. 10:08 left to go in the second period as we roll right along. Mood will get kicked out of the dot there, so Van Polgeest coming in. Van Polgeest, one of the better defensive forwards on this Bedford team, as he picks up on that in the middle, and he'll stick handle that around, work that back to the left side, get that down low. Van Polgeest puts it into the skate there, but regains possession as it bounces back into the line there. McPhee's going to shoot it in. Nice pass there to the left side. They almost get it through to Surrett, but it'll fall back to Land. Land off the left, he'll pull in low, look to Surrett, shoots, scores as he finds the man in front. And Surrett puts it home, and they'll score a power play marker here to make it 3-1. And Bedford back up by 2. Nice play down there in front. A nice play by Land to activate into that winger position. He knows he's going to have Van Polgeest covering him on the backhand if needed. He plays that down low to the left side and works it in front. Surrett just buries that one home with a beautiful shot as that one slapped in and misses off the right side. And that was a good play there by Bedford. So I was mentioning that offensive prowess maybe haven't showed up yet this game, but that was a perfect example of what I was talking about coming into the light as Mood works it into the middle, trying to find Surrett again. Mood with it. Mood in. Jackson Mood getting on the point street there with that one as well. So Mood and Quinton Land with the play. Over to the right side, Surrett grabs it into the middle. Worked away down the right side now. Van Polgeest shoots it down. Into the zone there. Puck picked and retrieved. Over to the left side. In through the middle. Onto the stick there. Entering the zone there is Burke, and he'll put on the Jets. Looking for a lane off the right side. Shot, and he couldn't put it in, but a good attempt. In behind the net there. Up the left side now, trying to chip it ahead, and a good chip there. It gets caught in the ref's skates, but they're going to work it ahead regardless. Looking for a lane. That one into the skates there of Duffy. McLean now grabs it. McLean tries to stick handle, but it'll fall off his stick. It'll fall outside the zone there now to center. Back on the left side. Puck dropped in. Trying to work it around. Picked up now by Burke. Burke stick handling through the zone, off the left side, shoots in and steered aside by the goaltender easily. Working around the other end here. Grabbed by Robertson. Robertson shoots it in. Played back into the left side. They're going to try to work it out. That'll hop over some sticks and fall back. And we got 7:48 left to go here in the second. We're about halfway through this game as O'Leary works it into the middle, looking for a play to Brian. Brian holds, still holding. Brian still holding into the middle. Gillis takes it, shoots, puck's loose on the right side. Shot, save on O'Leary with a glove save there. And that was the best save of the game and the best save I've seen in a while in this league, as he gets across and there was a lot of room there on the right side to shoot. O'Leary picked the correct spot, but just goalie got there. He got beaten by the save, and it sometimes happens. And right there is a perfect example as he'll head to the face-off dot. We'll continue on here as that puck gets worked around. Robertson pinching all the way down. Brian's gonna have to cover for him. Into the left side there and sent in deep. Back in the zone. Played with it down the right side. Brian trying to work it out in front. It'll be Cape Breton who gets possession. They're exiting now as it gets worked in behind. A couple whacks at that puck. Down the right side, Gillis playing up a little bit here, getting covered on the back end by Brewer. Trying to get it ahead, but Cape Breton working it back the other way. Gillis looking out, hustling the man, and he does. Gillis grabs it, works over to the right side. Brian onto his stick, into the offensive end. Brian into the middle. O'Leary has that bounce off his backhand. 2-goal game here still. Worked in behind, looking for the man in front, through the legs of Brian, and will fall all the way outside of the zone. Skated back on, now over to Gillis. Gillis plays that down the right side, up to Brian. Into the half wall, they try to work that ahead, onto the stick, and they try to send the lead man, but just a miscommunication there as Land will be the first man back. Land tries to work that up the right side. Land exiting the zone now. Land plays that over to the left side. Cutting ahead, working it around. Grabbed onto, worked in front by Mood, and it'll be knocked away. Circling back in the zone there, over to McPhee on the right side as he'll pinch down. McPhee down low to Mood. Mood over to McPhee. McPhee pitching down low. He shoots and scores. Somehow squeezing that one in. And McPhee playing deep in the zone will put that one in. A little bit of frustration there for the Cape Breton goaltender. And I must say, I do feel for him a little bit as he's had a good game here so far against this Bedford team. But 2 ones that he wish he could have back. That unfortunately, you just can't. And he sits back in his net there, and yeah, like I said, I do feel for him a bit there as Bedford's starting to turn on the intensity against this Cape Breton West Islanders team. Worked over to the right side. That's going to be a shot that makes it in. Down the left side now, shot in. Steered aside with the blocker. In behind the net, trying to work out in front. Grabbed and sent around the boards. Punched away on there as Surratt gets it back outside the line, and that one bouncing up in the zone, and Gallagher Temple, calm, cool, collected, gloves that down and works it. 5 minutes left to go in the second as that one almost turned over to the middle. Surratt grabs it, works over to Mood. Mood stepping in, he'll look for a lane, he'll get just shaken off on the right side. Now we'll get pressure by 2 players down there, and he'll get help there by Van Polge's trying to get it free, but it'll be Cape Breton coming out with it, and they'll try to exit the zone. Into center ice. Grabbed onto, worked over to the right side. Stick handling in the zone, back to the line. McPhee grabs. McPhee played it up there to the right side now, picked up on by Burke. Burke dropped low to Hackala. Hackala works over to Burke, but it'll be knocked away. McLean grabs. McLean back over to Hackala. Hackala comes to the right side, tipped away in front, off the post there by Burke. He doesn't miss those ones too often. As he gets it out in the middle, tries to play ahead, and it'll be knocked away as Bedford is setting up the cycle now. Into McLean, it's still in the skates. McLean down the left side, looking for that puck out in front, tipped away. Drop back in the zone now as McLean working for it, and that one sent back out. Dropping down there behind the net there. 3:47 to go here in the second period. 4-1 the score as Bedford starting to pour it on a little bit here. Not too many chances for Cape Breton since they had that goal earlier in the period. Remember, we'll have a flood here after the second period. Puck's free over to the left side, pass to Robertson, and there'll be a foot race for it now as Cape Breton picks it up on the right side, and they're going to have to cut to the net quick. Here's Gillis back with him, shot in, and steered aside by Gallagher Temple. Worked in along to the half wall, looking for a lane, just tipped away from Brewer as he was looking to maybe split the D. Back to Robertson, Robertson stepping in. Down low in the zone, try to work out in front, turn over the other way. Missing the skates there is Gillis will skate back for that one as we approach 3 minutes to go here in the second period. Looking for a lane, they get that one up the middle, it'll flex off the end of the Cape Breton player's stick there and it'll be worked in through the zone. Held on to and spun around the other way, but that one's turned over and it'll be hung up there for the penalty as O'Leary to the box on a light hooking, I guess. Yep, they're going to get up for the hooking, and O'Leary to the box. Similar to, I don't know how many people were staying up for that Oilers game last night, but we saw a call similar against Draisaitl where maybe the player who gets hooked maybe squeezes down on that stick a little bit there to confirm the hooking to the referees, and in the favor there of the Cape Breton West team there, they'll end up on the power play. So 2:45 to go here in the second period. Power play for the Cape Breton team as it gets worked in down the left side, and it'll be sent all the way down, wrapping in behind the net there. 2:31 left to go in the second, 1:40 left to go in the power play. And a big goal this would be for Cape Breton if they could bring it within 2 before the end of the period. Grabbed in behind the net, worked up the right side. Chipped away. Van Polgeest working it ahead. Van Polgeest sends it down into the back right corner, and Bedford will get a full-scale change out there. McPhee, the only player staying out as Cape Breton work it down the right side. Duffy there to cover, and it'll be knocked back. McPhee looking for Mood up the right side. Mood entering the zone there with Burke. Burke and Mood, two of the more skilled players on this Bedford team on the offensive end. Both out there for the penalty kill. Circling back in the zone there as Mood tries to do a couple stick lifts. It gets worked in down the right side. Into the offensive end, held on to, shot in, blocker to side by Gallagher Temple. Puck's loose there, but Bedford with possession. Mood grabs. Backhands that away. It'll come out to center ice. Worked over to the left side, entering the zone now. Looking for a shot in, glove down. 1:18 left to go here in the second period. 28 seconds left to go in the power play. And Bedford is settled in here. Like I said, want to thank you for all the support here to High Button Sports this year, as we're just always trying to advance our product and make it better for you at home, as that one's tipped over to the right side. And these Bedford games have been a lot of fun to do, and being here pretty much every weekend, either doing the AAA team or the Armada. Worked over to the right side. That one's wrapping around the boards and back to the line. And I do believe I will be doing the AAA provincials in Antigonish come March break. So if you're used to hearing this voice, get ready to hear it during the provincials. This will be what will be bringing you the action. Worked over to the right side. O'Leary grabs. Robertson shoots in. That one puck loose in front there. Knocking away. McLean's going to work it in front. It gets knocked aside before it can get there. 30 seconds to go here in the second period. Worked out front. Scores as Gillis pinches in and puts that one home. That'll be 5-1 for the end of the second period here. 28.5 seconds left to go in the second here. 5-1 the score for Bedford, as they look to make it 15-0 on the season here in the regular season of the Nova Scotia Provincial League. That puck in behind the net there. They're going to try to get that one loose. It'll be off a skate. Gillis putting that one home. Worked in behind now. Brian knocks the man off the puck, and that'll take us to the end of the period here, as it'll be 5-1 at the end of 2. We'll take a 10-minute break here for the intermission, and we'll be back for the third period. Don't go anywhere for that. we are back here for the third period of action on BMO Center, Pad D, and it looks like the score clock is turned off, causing a delay in the start there. And now we're good to go here for our 15-minute third frame, as Bedford looks to close out this one and improve to 15-0 on the regular season. Puck's worked in down the right side, going to be dropped off there. Van Polgees works that in behind with a nice little pass to Surrett. Surrett then worked in front, off the stick there. Van Polgees shoots, misses on the left side. Puck then freed up in behind the net there. McPhee looking for the pinch, but it'll get by him, and then they're going to chip it ahead there. And Cape Breton working it into the Bedford end. Last man back there, Quentin Land, as he cuts the man off there on the right side. Frees up that puck and gets it loose. Looking for Mood in the middle, and that one will just go by, and it'll be sent back in onto Gallagher Temple, who steers that aside for Land. Land grabbing that in the back right corner. It's surveying, plays that one up to the left side. Stick handling it through the zone now. The D-man Duffy, as he works that in and puts it on net. He'll go back to his post there, but it'll be McLean who pushes in. Over to the left side. Played over there, and a turnover there down the middle there as Hackela tries to take on two men, but it just rolls off the end of his stick as Mood grabs. Mood working that down the right side, looking for the late man in front. Hackela swipes at it. It'll just miss over to the left. Back to the line there. Good job keeping it in. Shot in. Glove down on the right side. Puck still loose. Big shot from Duffy there that made it all the way to the net. In behind the net there now. Duffy worked over to the left side, worked in, and that one turned over as that'll go offside there for Cape Breton. So we are a minute and a half into this third period here. The Bedford team, like I said, looking to just hang on here. It started a little slower this game, but they came into their own there in the second period. Puck in behind, worked over to McLean. That'll bounce off his skate. Come up in the zone there, and it'll come down the left side over to Gillis. Gillis works that in and trying to find McLean, but it'll be just off his stick and back to Gillis. Gillis circling back in the zone, but he gets covered off there by the Cape Breton winger, and it'll cut down the right side. Try to work that puck out in front, it's loose. Mood then sends that ahead, and it'll find McLean. McLean entering the zone. He'll be knocked off the puck, and he'll go down there in front, and that'll free up the puck to get knocked over to the right side. Robertson tries to shoot it in. It'll be blocked. Robertson grabs it again and down. McLean kind of limping off the ice there. We'll keep an eye on that, but he'll go for the change. Cape Breton now working it in down the right side. Looking for a cut to the net there. He'll be steered off. Back in behind there, into the skates. Robertson grabs. Played in down low. Hard hit there by Duffy, I believe it is. I'll have to get a second look on who's down in the zone there. Who's going to the box. Looks like it'll be O'Leary, number 2. So O'Leary will go for interference, and it'll be a power play chance here for Cape Breton early in the third. .12:06 left to go here. Oh, the linesman almost got taken out there. There's a couple kids flying into the back of his shins. That one's sent in and gloved down. Worked up the left side on Alex exit the zone, but it'll be picked up by Cape Breton. Cape Breton now trying to cut in. They hold that puck there next to the blue line. Sent in down the left side. That one bouncing off the end wall over to Land. Land gets that out of the zone. Brian trying to flick it back the other way, maybe create some offense as he gets it up to Brewer, but that one gets caught up once again. Worked back the other way, and penalty coming again here to Bedford as a stick gets knocked out of the hands there, and it'll be a 5-on-3 chance here. There's another interference call, this time on Brian, so it'll be 5-on-3 here for a minute and 17 seconds, and you put in 2 here and you're right back in this game. A big chance here for Cape Breton with 11:23 to go in the third period. Puck dropped in there, won over by Mood. Mood gonna circle back in the zone, worked over to the right side. And a big hard shot out there by Duffy, as that's perfectly sent down. A minute left to go in the 5-on-3 now. And Cape Breton needs to work quick. Up the left side, that catches a skate, now it'll be back to Land. Sent in by Land, and that'll fall in behind the net there, getting pressured all the way down in the zone there by Mood, as he's playing aggressive on the 5-on-3. You gotta respect that move. Down the right side is stopped up by Duffy as he tries to get it out, but it'll be freed up there. Now down the left side, held on to, still 5-on-3. They shoot that one on. Back to Duffy. Duffy tries to get back. It'll get stopped on the line. Wind up for a slap shot, misses over the left hand, the left shoulder of Gallagher Temple. As it gets worked around, he has a man there in front, gonna work it off. Oh no, on the stick there, puck's still loose, it'll be covered up. And a golden opportunity there in front with a lot of net to shoot at. And they can't find the back of it. And he'll be kicking himself for that one, as that was the best look Bedford, Cape Breton's had in a while. 17 seconds left to go in the 5-on-3, and they'd love to get one here before the end of this first power play so they can keep that second one that's still got a minute left on it. Back in behind. Stick handling it deep in the zone, and 6 seconds left. It should take us to the end of the 5-on-3, but they're going to try to work out in front and no one there to pick it up for them. Down the right side, they're looking to cut out in front. They go down in a heap. Puck's loose, and then Bedford chasing after it. Sent down there by Van Polgeest, and it'll be stopped up, and they'll bring it in. Hopkins grabs it, and Hopkins sends that down the length of the ice. So that's the end of the 5-on-3. 20 seconds left in the 5-on-4, and Cape Breton with one real good opportunity they weren't able to put home. Circling back in the zone there. You don't want to do too much of that when you got the man advantage, as it gets worked back over to the left side. Puck tipped ahead. Moving along with it into the zone. Robertson grabs. Robertson plays it over to the right side. Entering the zone now. Van Polgeest tries to get it by Surrett there. Over to Surrett, picking it up on the left side there. Down in the zone. Worked around to the right, sent in once again. Trying to cut out in front, having it. Puck's loose there, and a nice swipe back by Van Polgeest. Just couldn't get a stick on it. Back to center. Worked up the right side, held on to. Surrett drops that back. Van Polgeest in his skates. Back to the line, and it'll get by Robertson, and Gillis chases. He'll get cut off the puck there. Back to the blue line, held on to. Worked down into the half wall. Dropping deep into the zone now. Wrapping around there, looking for the puck there in front. Shoots and scores as Cape Breton wraps that one around in a hurry, and they put it by. It'll be 5-2 now. There's a good chance there as they make good on it. It'll be down to 3-goal lead now for Bedford with 8:16 to go in the third. Worked in ahead. Over to the left side. Bedford still with the 3-goal lead here, so leading well, but cut off there with the 1 goal as they were up for. Now worked in the middle, look for the shot, missed there off the backhand as Burke made a nice move to the net. Back to the middle there, looking for a shot in. That one steered aside. Worked over to the right, now worked on him to McLean. McLean shoots, scores. Oh no, that stayed out. Somehow that stayed out, and the penalty come from that. And it looked like it bounced into the top right corner, and oh, you didn't hear the post. So they're going to say that one stayed out, but... And McLean doesn't look to be arguing with it, but you did not hear a post, and he shot that up with conviction into the top right.
How'd that not go in? Is it in?
I'm not sure if that one found the back of the net or not, but the referee did call it no goal at the time. But you didn't hear a post, and it definitely made a bounce out of the net, so I'm not quite sure. Worked over to McLean. McLean then working it in. McLean holds. He'll look to shoot again. No, he'll pass that off actually with a slick little pass down low to the left side that just misses the stick there of Burke. It'll come back, and I've seen some puzzling things in my day that I can't really explain during these games, and I think that one might be added to the list. As Land gets that on the left side. McLean now looking to shoot. That one misses off the left post. Under 7 minutes to go now in this one. Worked over. O'Leary grabs. O'Leary up the right side, and it'll trickle off the stick there. Back in around the net. Picked up there lightly on the half wall. Over to Duffy. Now back to Brewer. Brewer now trying to handle that in front. He bugs that across, and it gets knocked away by the last stick back. 48 seconds left on this power play for Bedford. And he stopped up there. A whistle on the play. It'll come outside the zone. 6:22 left to go here in the third. 39 seconds of power play time. Bedford looking to hang on. Hopkins gets that back, worked over to the right side. Played in ahead. Brewer has that back. It'll be Hopkins gonna go chase that puck now. Back over to the left side. That one kept in the zone. The Cape Breton steer that aside. Gallagher Temple leaves it over to the right side. It'll be caught up by Cape Breton, but they'll turn that over. Looking for the man in the middle. Catches Brewer. Brewer entering the zone. Held on to. Over to O'Leary. O'Leary shoots. That one misses over the left side. Wrapped in behind the net now. Robertson gets it there on the right. He'll punch that off his stick. Back in behind the net now. Brian looking for it. Brian grabs. Finds him on the right side. Nice pass over there. Robertson shoots that one into the shin pad, but gets it out loose. A front shot ahead on O'Leary. Just misses that one. As the penalty expired, and we're back to 5-on-5. Puck still loose there in front. Knocked away on the left hand there, and it'll be back to Gillis. Gillis picks up. Gillis shoots in off the shin pad, and it'll bounce out. Gillis knocks away there over to Robertson with a nice defensive play. And it'll go into the zone. Worked around the other side, and some confusion there at the bench there. Trying not to get called for too many men. Worked in the zone. Delayed offside, but it'll exit the zone now. 4:40 left to go here in the third. Worked into the middle. Gets hauled down, and that'll be to the power play here for Cape Breton. Is 4:30 left to go in the game, and it'll be an odd man, or an extra man out there for Cape Breton West as they look to cut this lead to 2, and they're going to need to work quick. As we near the end of this one, 4:30 left to go in the game. Worked in through the middle, left side, sent down the length of the ice. Leaving that puck behind. Cutting out of the zone now. Handing it off to the left. Chipped ahead. Into the skates. Land's gonna play that puck in behind. It'll be worked down the right side. Picked up and sent down. High stick delay, but it'll be touched up by Bedford next. As Mood looking to make it to the outside on the left there. Picked up now. Mood now cutting towards the middle. He'll still have. Mood still grabbing on, and it'll be turned over the other way now. 1:18 left to go in the power play. On the right side. Delayed offside, and they'll just get it in there. Deep in the zone and sent in. That'll hit Mood as he goes, and he'll get knocked down with a hit. And that'll be straight to the box there, and leaving it up 4-on-4 as he shakes his head handing off. And Mood laid out there. That might have been the toughest hit he's taken all season. So we'll go to 4-on-4 here for 57 seconds. 3:27 to go in the third as Bedford looking to just hang on here, up 3. An offensive zone draw for them there. Burke out there, Hopkins, Duffy, and Surratt. Sent around over to the right side. Duffy picks up on it. Duffy shoots that at all. Ricochet off the end wall. Over to the left, Hopkins jumps in for that puck. Hopkins spins it around the opposite way. Onto the stick here on the right side, looking for a lane through the middle. And just onside there, they pull it in. In behind the net there, going to maybe try for a wraparound. He'll just catch himself back to the line. A bit of an uneven pass there as it gets sent in, tipped a couple times over to the back right corner. Surratt grabbing. Surratt playing it through the middle, and it'll be a one-on-one, and it'll be just swiped on and missed by Burke. Down the right side now. Walked into that one, still 4-on-4 for another 13 seconds. Held on to now, Burke to the middle. Surratt into the offensive end, trying to deke his way around in that one, and it's a big Duffy now swinging on that puck. Shot down the opposite end. Gallagher Temple calmly plays that up to McLean. McLean, who almost scored the last time he was out here, works that up to the right side, and it'll be a power play opportunity now for Bedford. O'Leary there on the right side. Trying to cut it out in front, over to Gillis. Gillis down low to the left side. Back to Gillis on the line. Gillis will line up for a slap shot, tipped in. 30 seconds left to go in the power play. Worked in down the right side, and less than 2 minutes to go in this game. Worked up to the half wall. Robertson pinches in, chipping that away in front. Hackler tries to get it free, but it'll be worked to the middle. McLean now with it. McLean has that knocked off over to Gillis. Gillis plays it to Robertson. Robertson stepping all the way in, shoots that one bouncing around in the top of the zone. And that'll be a save there with 1:32 left to go and only 5 seconds left on the power play. Bedford will get a full-scale change out here. And that might be the last shift for that line out there with only 92 seconds remaining in this one. Worked in the zone and wrapped around the boards there, picked up by Land. We are officially back to 5-on-5 now. Land keeping it in the zone, working it down the left side, hands that off. Land trying to get it towards the middle, puck still loose, and that one knocked away. Trying to work it out behind them, and it's just knocked off the stick there, and then the Cape Breton player loses a stick, so a bit of a chance here as they try to free it up behind. Still getting tight and along the boards there. Now we're into our final minute of play here in the third period. Puck getting tied up along the boards there in the back left corner as they go down. Just battling away for that, and time ticking off the clock there. Brian works out in front, nice play to the right side, scores as McPhee sneaks in behind and makes it 6-2 with 47 seconds left of a nice play pinching down by the defenseman. We'll head to center ice here for what could be our last face-off of the game. We'll be back, I believe, next weekend, next Saturday, for another Bedford game as they play at home before heading into what I believe is the Christmas break. Worked in behind the net. Max Bryan with the assist there, so he'll get a couple of points here tonight as that one sent in behind. 24 seconds left to go in the third. Worked up the left side, they chip it ahead. Hopkins last man back, he'll calmly play that puck up ahead. Over to Mood. Mood now working it in down the right side. Chasing that puck down. Wrapped around, back to Duffy. Duffy shoots, that one long, and that'll take us to the end here. So Bedford comes away with the victory and improved to 15-0 in the regular season here of the Nova Scotia Provincial League, but that'll do it here for us on High Button Sports. A 6-2 victory for them, and that'll be the end of the game here. We appreciate you tuning in, and we will see you on the 17th next Saturday for our next game. See you then. Jeff Warburton signing off.